Okay, so this is my rebuttal for Nathan and his Two Beers episode 1, which I am going to rate right off the bat 5 beers. Good job, brother. But I do have some things that I would like to bring up, just opinions. Um, you had brought up about about Superman turning on Batman. I think that Soups goes after bats due to the fact of what Alfred brought up, actually, which is men turning cruel and the Bat brand death sentence. I think it has Clark questioning the Dark Knight and his harsher sense of justice. Um, you said, you said Ben Affleck is your Batman. I think you meant to say that your Batman is that other guy you mentioned from the cartoon series, but you said you're Ben Affleck instead. Just being a dick there. But also, you brought up the dreams. I really don't think that they should do anything prequel wise with the dream thing. I think the dreams are a paranoia and a feeling that Batman is small in comparison to Superman's power. That feeling of, I mean, he's clearly unstable and darker and a little bit messed up. So his dreams are going to be messed up, I would assume, and he's got more imagination. But I think he's also genuinely scared of the fact that Superman is a WMD. Superman's a walking weapon of mass destruction, and I think that's Batman's greatest fear: terrorism, that kind of whole idea. Um, I feel Batman got more time in this, and there was less character development for Superman because Man of Steel was so geared towards Superman. It was all about Supes. I think this was more about establishing Ben as Batman, and that's why he got more time. And establishing the Batman that he is going to be versus other Batmans. And oh, this is just a note. Although I get tired of the hero family deaths, like you know, Batman's parents dying. How many times do we have to see that shit? Um, or even one as simple as, Spidey always saying Uncle Ben died. That shit gets old. I'm tired of seeing it. But I really liked it in this movie because of the Martha parallel. I thought that was really sweet. At first, I was thinking, God, they're just showing this shit again. Oh, his parents died. I know. All right, cool. We've seen it 100 times. But the fact that both of their mother's names was Martha, I thought that was a great way to tie that all up and was not as annoyed as them bringing it up. By the way, Nathan, screw you. Michael Caine ruled as Alfred, and Christian Bale, as Batman, should be ashamed of himself for firing Alfred. He's a piece of shit for that. If anything, Zack's Batman was an emo piece of shit. His constantly crying, she was gonna wait for me, Alfred. Shut the fuck up, Bats. Enjoy the fact that you're rich and Batman. Jesus Christ. I mean, I know he's the Dark Knight, but he doesn't have to be such a pussy about it, okay? Uh, Wonder Woman, I'm going to bring it up again. She's great, but she needed blue contacts. That's all I'm asking. Maybe a Megan Fox, Megan Rain, one of those kind of girls. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, I just wanted goddamn blue eyes, okay? I want to nod and tip my hat to you. Solid Lex Luthor argument. Jesse Eisenberg's great, but the fact that he was so Joker-esque, I mean, that pulls away from the Joker. It ruins it. It should have been, without being so much of a comedy, it should have been more like Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor. You have a solid argument for that. Eisenberg was a good choice, but the way they had him pull it off was poor. Another good argument you brought up was the Gotham Metro or Metropolis, how close they were. Solid argument, at least a couple hours distance, if not more, if not almost a Chicago, New York thing. That probably would have even worked out better with New York maybe being Metropolis and Gotham being Chicago. That kind of distance. Or like you even said, even within a couple of cities, the Madison, Milwaukee thing would have been good. But anything but from being able to see across the bay and there's the other city, that's kind of messed up. I think Zack overall did better work here than in his Batman movies because there's less, once again, of Batmo emo crying about his emotions every goddamn movie and his character development and just going on and on about him because let's get serious, the villains were badass in those movies. Batman sucked. And in this one I like it because Batman and Ben get the chance to just get down to business, get to work, down to detecting and figuring shit out, not so much whining about stuff unless it's the Martha thing, which was cool. Um, you said we didn't see any action, or the action we saw was already in the trailers. Not true. I didn't see much of the Doomsday stuff in the battle, and I wanted to bring that up. Is that Doomsday was awesome, and that whole idea and how he was made, and then even better, I was kind of thinking in the back of my head, why doesn't Doomsday have like the chunks of like rock almost coming out of him? But then that nuke hits him and Soups, and I love that Soups kind of looks like Bizarro when he's hanging up in the atmosphere. He's got that like ashen look, and his face is all messed up. He looks like Bizarro. He looks like a Walking Dead version of himself. One of the things I don't like about the movie is that while they introduce who the other characters are going to be, they completely leave out Green Lantern. And I know that they kind of, that movie didn't get that much of a, I don't know. It's not looked on fondly by a lot of people. I liked it well enough, but the fact that they're just omitting Green Lantern pisses me off, because I'm assuming, like you, fucking love Green Lantern and Hal Jordan. We want to see that. Want to remind you, not stars, beers. You rated it 3 beers. Quit saying stars. I wanted to relay 2 things that I heard fans say that I thought were hilarious. One is, I heard some people in the theater say, "Is Superman Scottish?" This was due to the bagpipes at the funeral, and I don't know why. I thought that was hilarious, though. Another thing was, full-grown African-American man with a lisp was just yelling as loud as he could as after the movie was like done and the credits were over, because people stuck around to see kind of, hopefully there was some kind of teaser, which there wasn't. But he just started exclaiming, "I never thought I'd see Wonder Woman use her lasso." And I thought that was just awesome. Nice freeze, by the way, at the end of that. Doesn't work because I got a fan. Fuck. Anyway, I just want to rate it 5 beers, and good job, sir. Appreciate it. Peace. That's my rebuttal.